way of branding by diffusion. The Raffles Hotel was sold by Singapore in 2005, and the ownership has changed three times. First to an American investment firm, then to the government of Qatar, and now to a French hotel group, with the Qatari government still holding a minority stake. I used to think if it had not been sold, we would be able to see the Singapore flag flying around the world in all the Raffles properties. So I felt sad for 20 years. What we say in Hokkien, sim tia. Then last summer, my wife and I visited Poland, and we went to the Raffles Hotel Warsaw. In the hotel lobby, we saw two clocks. The clock on top showing the time in Singapore, and below the time in Warsaw. And they also sell the Singapore sling with a heritage write-up in the long bar in the hotel. And I cheered up for the first time in some 20 years. Because it struck me that what was actually been happening all this time, that Raffles Hotel had been contributing to building Singapore's country brand without the need for anyone in Singapore to do anything. There was actually no need for me to be sad for those 20 years. Most people, when I tell them this, are surprised that Raffles Hotel has 24 properties around the world, from Macau to the Maldives to Mecca. The newest one just opened on Sentosa in Singapore. Next Saturday, my wife and I are taking a day trip to London, and we plan to visit the Raffles London. If you want to know what I find out next week, follow me online. So I sometimes wonder, was the sale of Raffles actually a blessing in disguise? I suspect yes, because if it had remained in Singaporean hands, the company may not be where it is today. Now, this brings me to my last slide, which contains the key takeaway of my talk, and also a call to action. And the idea is this, that all of us can be like the Raffles Hotel. Last year, I was invited to speak at the Singapore MICE Forum. MICE stands for Meetings, Incentives, Conventions and Exhibitions. It's an industry that had this annual event. And this idea came to me there, and I also wrote an op-ed about it in the Straits Times, which there's a screenshot of it here. And the idea is this, that whether as an individual or as an organization, we can pursue our own goals and objectives, and at the same time contribute to our country brand. It is quite different from thinking that country branding is the job of only of a civil servant who works for the tourism board. And for the rest of us, what we say in Hokkien, bo wai tai chi. Instead, it is what the English like to say, that to make the bricklayer think that he's helping to build the cathedral. So I hope that we can all take away a little bit of this spirit, that even as we imbibe some ASEAN spirit tonight, we can think about how all of us can help build our country brands, how we can all be a bit like the Raffles Hotel. Thank you very much.